Hi all, welcome back to my channel Texture. In this Java interview question session, I want to cover up about some fundamental terms. They are called dirty reading, and we do have a phantom reading, and there is one more called a non-repeatable reading. So what is this? So what happened during the interview session? The interviewer may ask you to implement a logic to handle a multi-threading scenario. So when you are writing a code for handling the scenario, they may ask you to validate if your code is safe for the dirty reading or phantom reading, right? So these are some of the terms which they use when you try to implement the logic for a multi-threading scenario. So my idea is I want to give you all the fundamental of what is the dirty reading, what is phantom reading, and what is non-repeatable reading. So let me start with what is dirty reading, right? Let's take I have two threads. I have a thread T1 and I have a thread T2. Thread T1 is trying to write a record, but the record is not still committed, but it just started writing a record. So once it write a record in a database or in some data structure, in some collection, the other thread T2 started reading the record. So it got a record, let's say the R1, like it is able to read a record R1. But later sometime the thread 1, which is actually wrote the record, it was doing some internal logic and decided to delete the record based upon the scenario, business scenario, right? So it want to delete the record, so it deleted and then it committing the record. So what happened, the thread T2 actually read the record which is not there in the disk, right? So that is something which we call as a dirty reading. So reading something which is not existing, so that is nothing but a dirty reading. The next one is non-repeatable reading. So let's say I have a thread T1 and thread T2. So the thread T1 actually write some record into the database and it committed the records. So the thread T2 is able to read those records, but after some time the same thread T1 did some update on the record, right, and it's committed those updates. And now if the thread T2 when reading the record, it found what it received earlier is not there anymore, right? The record's been updated. So that is what we call as a non-repeatable reading, not like the data keep changing, right? That is what we call as a non-repeatable reading. And the third one is called phantom reading, where each time when we try to read a record from a database, we getting a different sets of record. Like let's say, like first time when I read a record, I am getting that 10 records, and the other thread actually updating inserting few more records. So when I try to read the record again, I am getting 20 records, like number of records are not matching, so which is called a phantom reading. So that's all about the fundamental of what is dirty reading, phantom reading, and non-repeatable reading. So dirty reading is something which, like reading something which is not existing is a dirty reading. Phantom reading is not getting the consistent number of records, that's a phantom reading. Non-repeatable reading is not getting, the data is not consistent, the data itself it's not consistent, that's a not repeatable reading. How to handle them, that's a separate topic. Maybe I need to prepare one more session for that, but at a definition level I think this is more than enough. Thank you.